If you're wondering at all, how in the world can I advance my career, grow my online business, create more income, grow faster? Maybe you're stagnant in your career, you're stagnant in your business, you're not growing. Guess what? You came to the right place. It's NES Nation Live, y'all. You can learn everything you need to know just by asking a question. And we got this amazing chat with this amazing NES Nation community. Come on back. Yo, 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 NES Nation. Good morning. Happy August 1st, 2021. Welcome to NES Nation Live Office Hours. This is a show where there's a pinned questionnaire form in the chat, and you can ask me anything you want. I've been in the online space for way, way long than I care to remember. I run multiple businesses. I have multiple reams. I have multiple reams. I have hashtag reams. Okay, that's a meme right there. I've got multiple streams of revenue with my brand, with my content. Content is king, whether you want to advance your career or whether you want to grow and scale your online business. In the era that we're living in called the creator economy, content is king. And there's nobody who creates as much content as I do on my own without a team. I dare you to find me somebody who does that. So I've got a lot of experience. We've got an amazing chat. Welcome, podcast listeners. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch. We're going live all over the place globally. It's so good to see you. As I always do, before I get into the questions, and by the way, there is a questionnaire form in the chat down below. And if you have any questions at all, please fill that out. We got a couple of questions from last week that we're going to be answering. Because, I always say this, if you're watching this on the replay, or if you're listening to this on the podcast, and you're like, Nez, I got a question about how to advance my career, how to advance my personal brand, how to earn more, grow faster, and stress less. I really have a question. You can always fill out that questionnaire form, even if you're watching this on the replay or listening to this on the podcast. By the way, did you guys know that we do have a podcast? I keep trying to remind you guys that all of these streams, plus a lot of other great things, end up on we have a #1 ranked podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, everywhere you listen to podcasts, Anchor FM. You got to go check out our podcast. Our podcast is awesome, and all of these live streams end up there. So I'm super, super excited about that. The success and scale of that is growing beautifully. We're getting great partnerships with brands, which is what this is all about. And so make sure that you go check out our podcast. Our podcast is awesome. So if you are listening to this on the replay or watching this, make sure you can always leave your question in that questionnaire form. And by the way, when I say questionnaire form, the glasses are coming off. Happy Sunday, y'all. It's August. How crazy is that? It's August. I'm going to do a roll call in just a second, but, what the hell was I saying? So I don't know. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? What was I just talking about? This is the beautiful thing about going live. I love this. This is what I love about live streaming. Yeah, so before I get into the questions, and, this is what I was going to say about the questionnaire form. A lot of people, when I say that word, questionnaire form, they think like, oh God, do I have to fill out? No. You don't have to fill out anything. It's not an essay. It's like 2 or 3 questions. It's just a way for me to organize everything. So I'd really, really appreciate if you could fill that out if you have a question. If you haven't already, make sure you smash-a-rooney that. Did I just say smash-a-rooney? Yes, I did. Make sure you hit that like button, share this out, share it on Twitter. Let's get as many people as we can in here. I would really, really appreciate that. I'm going to be bringing on a very special guest shortly. He's going to be coming on in about 10 minutes, probably around 10 minutes. I see he's in the chat right now. What's up, Chris Giles in the house? Awesome live stream content producer, creator, business owner. He is just crushing it. I'm going to bring him on in just a second as soon as I go through and do some housekeeping, some news items. Number one, make sure that you have signed up for our insider newsletter. This is a way for me to stay connected with you. This is a way for you to get all the best information about the creator economy, the different ways you can earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Make sure you go to professornez.com/insider. And I'm very, very respectful of your inbox. But basically, you're going to get all the most delicious, beautiful information on how to earn more, grow faster, and stress less in the creator economy, delivered beautifully right into your inbox. So make sure that you sign up for that. I would really, really appreciate it. A couple of amazing news items. That I just have to share really quickly. That really, really is something that I'm proud of. Hey, Ignition 1991, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Hey, friend, this is PJ. Good to see you, PJ. All right, fantastic. Ignition 1991. Boy, that name, I'm gonna leave that up there. That's a cool channel name. I like that, PJ. Ignition 1991. When I think of 1991, boy, do I get a flashback of childhood memories. Yes, I was alive in 1991. Some of you guys might find that surprising. But I love that channel name. I have no idea what it means, but it's fantastic. PJ, thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate that. Ignition 1991. I'm trying to forget 1991. Oh, that's your birth year. Okay, you're a baby. That's your birth year. Oh, my God. Now I really feel old. Thank you so much, PJ, for being here, and I really, really appreciate that super chat. Okay, I want to get to a couple of news items, and then we're going to bring up our awesome guest, who actually was supposed to be here during our Amazon Live. If you missed last week's show, The Secret Weapon of the Creator Economy, we had Craig Polson. We had not only Craig Polson, but we also had, who else did we have? My memory is a little froggy right now, but we had amazing guests talking about Amazon Live Video. We had amazing people come up on stage and talk to us and share with us. Oh, Jim Fuse, marketing. Chris Stone's in the house. Good to see you, Chris, over there on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, Chris, for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Jim Fuse, he's fantastic. Good to see you. Lewis, Tasha Hart in the house. Jonathan, we got the Mod Squad in the house. I'm going to get to the chat in just a second, but I have to do a little bit of, I've been really excited to kind of bring you the latest and greatest news. And so check this out. I want to share with you some news items. We got some big Twitter news, and of course, we got some amazing YouTube news. Let me know if you guys can see this right now. Let me get rid of that insider right there. So this was Google just released their latest profit quarter earnings, July 27th. Verge magazine released Google sets all-time records as search and YouTube profits soar. I think my favorite part of that is below it says big money. And so, they roared out a record $17.9 billion in profit. And their Q2 2021 earnings do one better. $61.9 billion this quarter, record profits for the fourth quarter in a row at $18.5 billion. It's double what was reported a year ago. If you guys still think that it's too late to start on YouTube, I could just tell you right now, this is living proof that it's not. YouTube is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. There's just no question about it. And so this is why I talk a lot about building your personal brand, building your business, and creating content on YouTube. Having a YouTube presence is essential in this day and age. And so if this isn't a sign right here that you need to get cooking on YouTube, I don't know what is. And so it's just going to, again, guys, here's the thing too. This is the crazy part. You guys, this is just starting. This is just the beginning. I mean, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, these companies have only been around for 10, 15 years. I mean, the real meat and potatoes of their growth and their awareness on the scene didn't really come till maybe 10 years ago, or maybe even 8 years ago. I mean, we always knew about YouTube in 2009, 7, and 6, but I mean, YouTube is not YouTube, what it is right now, until pretty recently. Same thing with all these other platforms. LinkedIn, to me, for my money, LinkedIn didn't become anything until Microsoft bought them in 2016. Facebook, didn't really hit the scene for me, at least on my radar, and I think most of you, till maybe 2012, 2013. So you think about that. Look at IBM. Look at Apple. Look at Ford Motor Company. Look at Johnson & Johnson, P&G. Look at all these businesses and companies that have been around for hundreds of years. We're just at the beginning of this. If you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, if you're a professional or an executive, you cannot afford to not be on these platforms. You can't afford to not be on these platforms. It's just phenomenal stuff. Let me know in the chat what you think of that. Tasha, you didn't have to do that. Tasha, you are so sweet. Thank you so much, Tasha, for the $4.99. Is that a super sticker? You're so sweet. I really, really appreciate that. Tasha, by the way, I think I plug it every show. Keys to the Clubhouse, Tasha Hart. Keys to the Clubhouse, Tasha Hart, right there. She wrote this phenomenal book that I was so excited that I was actually mentioned in it. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away. But thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, Tasha. You rock. Thank you so much. Go check out Puzzle to Purpose. Go check out her book. Feel free to link that in the chat if you want to, Tasha. I talk a lot about audio. This is a perfect segue, too. This is a perfect segue into what I'm about to talk about right now. I talk about these audio apps. I put a video out talking about how to get clients on social audio apps like Spaces, like Clubhouse and Green Room, even though it seems like Green Room has it kind of came and went pretty fast. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on Spotify Green Room. Is it dead? I would love to hear from you guys. Is Spotify Green Room dead? Or is it, yes, Jonathan, absolutely. Absolutely. Good to see you, DK4K. YouTube is real. I'm working for different YouTubers, helping them in SEO, video editing. I'm making a living just by working for YouTubers. It's never been more possible than right now. Maria Santos, good to see you on LinkedIn. Maria Santos, good to see you. Chris went over to LinkedIn. Chris, what happened to you? Chris, jump in here pretty soon. I got a couple more things I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to bring you up. Speaking of, so YouTube all-time record profits. We're just at the beginning of this. Literally, we're just at the beginning of this. This has just started. Tom Nash in the house. Good to see you, Tom Nash. If I miss somebody, don't worry. Hang out. Come back. I'm going to get to you, I promise. Twitter Spaces has released something really powerful. I want to talk about this too. Twitter Spaces has just come out. I kind of like doing this. Let me know if you like these sort of news items. I kind of like doing this because I just think it's really cool to kind of start the show off. Then I'll get into your questions. But I actually really like this. And so I hope you guys don't mind this. Let me know in the chat if this is something that you think is kind of cool. So Anthony says Green Room is dead. Interesting. Tasha, I'm going to leave this up here for a second. I could not agree with this more. I have yet to see any real content on Green Room. Every single time I go on Green Room, I feel like the rooms have zero relatability to me. And I'm not incentivized to start a room. I just think Clubhouse really nailed it. And Spaces, I love Spaces. And so I'm going to talk about Spaces in just a second. Yeah, I'm seeing Jonathan, it's not dead, but it was a poor copy of Clubhouse. Yeah. Hey, good to see you, Sam. Sam is in the house. Great to see you. So, check this out. I got my guest in the Green Room. We're going to bring him up in a second. So check this out. Twitter has just launched. They're adding more features to Twitter Spaces. Twitter has just launched searchability now outside of Spaces. You can now search and easily find folks on Spaces by searching for their live and upcoming spaces by title, host name, and host handle. They've also made it easier to share. They've made it a lot easier to share the Twitter Spaces. And so I think this is a really, really cool feature, adding searchability, because I know sometimes you just can't find the space. You hear about people talking about, hey, I'm going to host a space. It doesn't have that hallway feature that Clubhouse has, or even Green Room. And so Twitter is now understanding, they're responding to the marketplace. Hey, we gotta do something about this. I think this is really, really cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And then last but not least, we're going to hang on Twitter. Twitter is now, I don't know, maybe you guys can't see this. 1 second here. Yeah, I got to share it this way. Twitter is now introducing, check this out. I think this is super cool. Twitter is now introducing, you talk about monetizing in the creator economy. Twitter is now introducing a new feature called Shop Module. Basically, in no kind of confusing terms, it's essentially adding the ability to shop on Twitter business accounts. It's the ability to shop. You can see right there, there's like a carousel at the very top of the Twitter profile. But it's basically, I'm going to highlight this section right here. The Shop Module is a dedicated space at the top of a profile where businesses can showcase their products, much like the merch shelf on YouTube. When people visit a profile with the Shop Module enabled, they can scroll through the carousel of products, tap through on a single product, and purchase seamlessly in an app browser without having to leave Twitter. What does that sound like, gang? Doesn't that sound like Instagram? Doesn't that sound like perhaps the merch shelf on YouTube? Which actually, if you click on that, you do actually leave YouTube. But I know the shop, InstaShop or Instagram shopping, it's a very similar feature. E-commerce, guys, you're not just a content creator. You have to create multiple streams of revenue. You have to understand, treat it like a business. There's so many things out there. Good to see you, George Fisher. Good to see you, George Fisher. Okay, I've got my guest who's hanging out. Let me stop sharing here for a second. I'm going to bring him up in just a second. Let me know what you think of that, though. Pretty cool stuff. YouTube soaring profits, Twitter making searchability, so much stuff happening. Okay, let me talk about our guest. So my man Chris P. Giles, who I hope I'm saying that right, Chris. I'll have him correct me when he comes on. He was supposed to be a part of our Amazon Live Video kind of panel, talking about Amazon Live Video. I don't hear anybody talking about this, which is why I titled that show, what do we know about Amazon Live Video? Who is doing Amazon Live Video? We just talked about Twitter enabling a shop module for Twitter profiles. E-commerce is becoming embedded in the creator economy. Your ability to create different streams of revenue through merchandise, products, services, etc., through e-commerce. E-commerce has literally tripled in revenue over the pandemic. If there's one industry or vertical that did phenomenally well during the pandemic, depending on what your niche is, it's e-commerce. Chris knows a lot about that, and he actually got sick, and he wasn't able to make the show last week. And so I said, man, I still want to have you on. I've got much respect for you. I've connected with him on Clubhouse. I've connected with him on LinkedIn. And without further ado, let's bring him on right now. Chris P. Giles in the house. Yo, Chris, what's up, brother? How are you, sir?
What's up, Professor? Man, appreciate you, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How's everything doing? Are you feeling better? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, man. Back to 100%, man. Ready to get back into this live stream game.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey, I kind of did a sort of a quick summary of who you are and what you do. Just really quickly, if you don't mind, give us a little more in depth about who you are, Chris, and what you do. It's been a long time coming to have you on the show. And so tell our NES Nation audience a little bit more about yourself and where your focus point is.
Yeah, for sure. What's going on, NES Nation? First of all, appreciate you, bro, for having me and and dealing with all the sickness stuff. But hey, I'm Chris Giles. You can find me on Amazon Live. That's my main platform as far as live streaming. But came from the live event space, so live event production, audio engineering, things like that, and jumped in 2020 like everybody else. Was like, hey, I guess I can just take all this stuff and go online with it. And so I honestly jump into YouTube, and my coach, Monty Weaver, came through and was like, hey, check out this Amazon Live thing. And so I jumped in there with him. and went in feet first, man. I just jumped in the deep end. And so on the back end of that, I help people get their live streams going. I do all the text, all my content's about around that. And then I've also been starting to help people get brand deals and teaching about the brand deal side of it, how to make money in this creator economy. I mean, honestly, that's why I follow you around the internet, man, because you're one of the best talking about it.
Oh man, that's awesome. It's so great to have you. Yeah. I mean, dude, I have been keeping my eye on you, and I know you've been doing fantastic stuff and always contributing where you can. And I mean, I can only imagine being somebody who's helping people set up their live streaming, set up their kind of, especially I love the word you use tech, because I've got a lot of clients, that, and I refer a lot of clients to people I know that I trust, right? I have a lot of clients who they don't know anything about tech. Much like, I mean, I'm not a tech dude. Like that's why I use very simple kind of formats, a simple DSLR. I'm not too crazy into the tech because it's just more friction for me. And so I love the way that you said that you help people out with their tech and you make sure that their live streaming kind of studio and their content production runs smoothly. What are some of the biggest things that you run into? I'm just curious. What are some of the biggest things that you run into, problems and bottlenecks that people have when they want to go live and create content that way? And by the way, maybe you could talk a little bit about why live video is something you focus on too.
Yeah, for sure, man. Honestly, the biggest thing that we end up running into a lot of times is that people overcomplicate it. They want to, they don't, like you're using StreamYard now. Perfect. It's a web-based platform. Like go that route. And Amazon Live specifically, like they make it where you can stream directly from your phone. You don't even need to get the computer or get on the web, all that kind of, you just use your phone. And so I tell people, start where you are. Like that phone, that camera in your pocket is the best camera out right now in a lot of situations. So like start where you are, but that's always the biggest thing, man, is just trying to overcomplicate it. As far as live video, I lean to live video because I'm a off the cuff kind of person. I don't prep. I just jump out there and do it because if it's off
Hey,
the top
that
of my
sounds
head,
familiar.
exactly right. It's like if it's off the top of the head, it's probably the realest thing you'll hear me say. So I don't want to pre-plan it. I mean, dude, I tried to do some YouTube videos. It probably takes me 3 hours to do a 10-minute video. I get on live, I do it in an hour and then just chop it up later, right?
Oh yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that too, Chris, because there's like my wife is in my business, right? And she's the exact opposite of me. And I think a lot of people, let me know in the chat too. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're more like my wife, or give me a 2 in the chat if you're more like Chris and I, because I love just going, I get my concepts down, I do my due diligence,
Right.
but when I hit that record button, I need to jam. I need to play. It's kind of like what Miles Davis once said. I'll never forget it. He said, it's one thing to know the notes, but once you get on that stage, you do all the hard work off the stage.
Yeah.
But then once you get on the stage, it's zero thinking. It's time to play.
Oh yeah.
And so you do your due diligence, and then you get on stage and you just play. And I love the way you said that. However, my wife, everything is very premeditated, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but they like scripts. Everything's very, very regimented. This is a big thing. You got to know yourself. And so that's why I asked why live video, because a lot of people are afraid of live video.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like the fact that, I am more susceptible to mistakes. I can't do a retake.
Right. There
There is no retakes. There's no edit button. Just like on a Clubhouse, which Clubhouse to me is essentially live video without the video, right?
Exactly.
And so, but there's such a powerful component to live streaming and live video. I've been doing it forever, and I feel you on this. That immediacy, that in the moment, never mind the fact that, and I think Jonathan, if Jonathan's in the house, I know Jonathan does this. He's one of our awesome NES Nation Mod Squad members. It's a way to get content out there in a very kind of quick, fast way.
Yeah.
Right? Because editing, I know most of y'all, so I'm seeing a bunch of 2s. Sam's a 2. What did I say before? 1 was like me, or 1 was like my wife? I can't even remember.
1 was your wife, 2 is like us.
Okay. Lewis says 1.5. Hey, good to see you, Brigetti. Brigetti's in the house. She's a great live streamer as well on LinkedIn, Facebook. So, yeah, Chris, I love the way you said that. Know yourself, know your strengths, know who you are, know what allows you to create content in the best format, and then just go. I absolutely love that.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about this, because I know, you have a lot to say about this. And then I just want to pick your brain. There's no
Yeah,
pressure, there's no what have you.
absolutely.
What do you think about the creator economy right now? What are your thoughts on all these opportunities? And where do you think people should focus more right now? And then we'll talk about Amazon Live Video in a second. But I just want to get your kind of vibe. And by the way, I loved your question. We'll get into that too about the NCAA. I
Oh,
got a lot to say about that.
yeah. Yep. Oh
But yeah,
man.
what are your thoughts on, like, if I'm a newbie, if I'm like, you know what, I want to create live video, where should I start?
Man, honestly, I honestly think one is depending on your topic, right? It's always going to be where's your audience already. Don't try to go create an audience because there's already millions of people watching content, right? So don't go find out where they already are. And I mean that's honestly like one of the things I like about your show is that you're everywhere. So no matter which audience it is, you're in front of them in the LinkedIn and YouTube and so that's always the huge thing for me. But always be genuine too. Don't, in my opinion, don't follow the trends. Don't get on YouTube and talk about how to make money on YouTube, right? Get on YouTube and talk about what it is that you actually know and the angle that you have. Because me and you both talk about the creator economy and how to get money, right? But we talk about it very differently. And so we build a different audience around it, man. So I'm honestly super excited about where this creator economy is
Well, you know
going.
what was so crazy, Chris, is I think I shared what you had on your story. I can't remember what it was, but dude, this is so important what you said in your Instagram story. Go check out Chris's story. I think I reshared it. I think.
Okay.
I can't remember if I did. I can't remember anything today. What's wrong with Nez today? You know what? I need a nap, y'all.
Yep. That time. That time.
Sometimes a brother just needs a nap. No, but here's what the story was about. The very unpopular, very unromantic, very unsexy side of being a business owner, which I equate content creator with being a business owner.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is, you have some weeks where it's like, oh my God, look at the revenue. You got some months where you've got so much money coming in, clients, customers, revenue, etc. It gets so exciting. And then the next week or the next month, zero clients, zero revenue coming in, and you're nervous as F, right?
Yeah.
And you're, especially if you're like me, like I got kids, I'm a father,
Yep.
I'm a husband, I got a mortgage. I know a lot. It's not to say that single people. Well, yeah, I am saying single people have an advantage, but the truth of the matter is that this is a very tough life. Not to say that having a W-2 job or a 9 to 5 job is always secure, but in the back of your mind, it is kind of nice to know exactly what your check is going to be
Yep.
every single week, every single month. Entrepreneurship is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You never know how much it's going to be. And so it's a constant kind of building systems and processes. I love that post. And I love the way that you said, like, knowing where you belong,
Yeah.
understanding what your positioning is. That's so, so important. I love that. By the way, if you guys have any question for Chris, leave that in the chat down below. I am getting senile. Thanks a lot, Anthony. Hey, I'm not 28 anymore. I'm not even 38 anymore. My memory's getting a little froggy, as they say. But yeah, greetings from Simi Valley. Good to see you, Steve, on LinkedIn Live. Make sure you share out that LinkedIn Live. I'd really, really appreciate it. We are live on LinkedIn, my Facebook page, YouTube. I don't know. Hey, Chris, what's up with Periscope? I thought Periscope was dead, but I still have... What's up with Periscope?
I thought they were dead too, and it was just like, hold on, people are still streaming there. I don't know if it was one of those like we'll just let it ride out, and then when nobody streams, we'll cut it off. Or
I don't know I thought it was dead, but I can still go live on Periscope every single time. But anyway, if you have any questions for our awesome guest, Chris, so here's what I want to ask you, because we had some great people on last week talking about Amazon Live Video. Chris, what are you doing with Amazon Live? Because I know you're doing some fantastic stuff. And I would love for you to kind of tell us how you got into that and what kind of success you're seeing. And then we'll talk about maybe some best practices and tips.
yeah, for sure, man. So again, funny, I jumped in because I was actually I was doing a show where I was interviewing other business owners. I had Monty Weaver on, who's one of our partners. We admin the Facebook group together for the Amazon Live creators, and he was coaching me on YouTube, and I was like, okay, cool, let me jump into this YouTube game. And then he just whispers and goes, hey, but check out Amazon Live, just check it out. Like don't jump in, like just check it out. I'm not that guy though. Let's jump in and see what this thing is. And honestly, man, it it's live. Like we're talking about, like I just love live, and it was the fact that I could literally talk about what I was talking about anyway, all the tech in my office, and so I literally got in here and I just started talking about my live stream setup and the gear and the opportunity there, man, because you're it's a different audience. You know how like the LinkedIn's and the Facebooks and YouTubes, you find in different audiences. There, it's like my man Chris Stone, he always says it's like being at the mall. There are already people there shopping, and then you're just telling them about the thing that you have. And so people were already looking for stuff about live streaming. And now I'm there to answer their questions and show them the gear that I use and talk them through. I mean, to the point that I even ended up messing around and meeting a lady at a newspaper publication that was an event lady. And she just hit me on the side and was like, hey, do you do this like in real life or you just talk about it? And I'm like, no, I do it for real. And she's like, I'd love to hire you because I was on Amazon about to buy all this gear. I'd rather just pay you to do it. And I'm like,
there you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So it was good stuff, man.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, I love what Chris, and good to see you, Chris Stone, says, Chris co-admins a great Facebook group. Is that what it is? Dealcasters Live. Oh, okay, there we go.
Is that Chris Stone?
Yeah. Y'all don't be afraid. That's okay. That's okay. You got to plug your deal. You got to do your deal. This is a good opportunity. Dealcasters Live. I love that. That's the name of the Facebook group, Chris?
No, I wore the shirt because you had Jim Fuse on last week, and so Jim Fuse.
Oh, nice.
Stone. This is their live on on Amazon Live.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, especially now. Here's my question.
Yeah.
Is Amazon Live primarily for people who are doing affiliate marketing through Amazon, or can anyone do Amazon Live? Or should anybody do Amazon Live?
Man, so the way they're pushing it more of if you think of HSN or QVC, right? That's where they're trying to push it to, where they want you product-centric, talking about the product, right? The cool thing though is when you get on there and like I love Chris Stone and the Dealcaster show, Jim Fuse, because one of the things that they do is they essentially just do a podcast. And then they're doing what we're doing now, talking about the topic that they talk about, and then they kind of fill up their carousel with items related to the subject. Which
that is so good.
You know what I mean? It's different,
that is
right?
So good. So wait a minute, let me get this straight. You and I talking right now, having just an interview. If I live stream this, and I think with StreamYard, I need an RTMP link. I think.
Yep. That's it.
But if I stream, and I'm an Amazon influencer too. I have a shop and everything. So if I streamed it live there, we could just be having our show, and then, and not to get too technical, because I can Google all that stuff, and you should too, NES Nation. But basically, essentially, somehow I can. Is that before the stream? I can do the carousel, or does it go while it's happening?
Yeah, you can set it up beforehand, but you can honestly change it while you're there, man, because it's on your phone. It's iOS, so literally you can just be on your phone and just like change it up while you're watching it.
That's insanity.
But we could be talking, and you just highlight whatever say right now we're talking, and I have this microphone, and you go, hey, what microphone are you using? But you already know when you put it in the carousel.
Of course,
you can just tag it, and they'll be like, oh, this is the microphone Chris is using. This is the microphone I'm using. Blah, blah, blah. And it kind of just has it in there and just make it a natural part of the conversation,
Oh, my God. You guys, are you listening to this? This is absolutely insane. Look at this. Chris just brought up a great point. Professor, I want to buy that blue neon tree behind you right now. We aren't on Amazon. I could affiliate link all this stuff, the shelf, the light, the tree, my microphone, my camera, which I do. I have an Amazon store. I mean, I have it. It's amazon.com/Professor Nez. I got accepted in the influencer program last year, and I love it. And Mr. Camera Junkie, Lewis, a lot of people get denied, I think, the first couple of times. And Chris, back me up if I'm wrong, but just keep applying, right? Maybe apply with a different social media platform. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep applying. Because we've had so many people in the group that like got in to the group because they were just like, look, I'm just having trouble. And literally we just keep helping them get more followers and more followers. And they just kept applying. And then next thing they know, they're an influencer and they're like, oh no, now I got to go live. I'm like, yeah, exactly. You should have been prepping.
So let me get this straight, because I think this is going to bring a lot of value to the audience.
Yep.
And I know Jim and Craig kind of touched on this, but we're getting more in depth here. I love this. So I can go live on Amazon. I don't necessarily have to have the entire show be directed at, hey, I'm going to talk about products and here's links. I can actually do my live stream podcast, but because we're bringing value and we're not selling, we're not pushing, people might be like, man, I really like Chris. I wonder what, I like the way Chris sounds. Or, you know what, I like Chris's setup. Or, you know what, I like Chris's, his composition or his lighting or whatever. I like his authority. He presents authority. I wonder what products he recommends, right? He's a live stream content producer. He partners with people. He helps with brand deals. He works with top organizations. What else can he provide for me? We can literally be making money on a live stream, right? And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. You guys, this is insane. And the reason I have Tasha's comment up there is because I too agree with Tasha. I'm blown away by the possibility. You don't have to necessarily be straight QVC, although you can do that. I'm assuming you could probably strategize, Chris, and say, today I'm going to talk about I get this question all the time. I'm going to talk about the best gear I use on the road for content creation and in my studio. I'm going to go through each product individually. You could do that, probably make some good coin.
Absolutely.
But you could also just do a show. You could also just be entertaining. You could also just be creating live content, whatever format that is, whether it's an interview or just webinar style teaching people stuff.
Yeah.
And that product carousel can be there. Why wouldn't you take it? I mean, I feel like a dope now. I mean, Chris, you just schooled me in the best way possible.
Hey, man, can I give you one more secret? I'm gonna give you the secret.
Yes, please do. Please. I'm loving this. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'm loving this.
Hey, man, I'm just just happy to be here, bro. The secret that I always tell people too is because a lot of times, you guys, everybody that's an Amazon affiliate, you kind of know, right? The percentage is 1 to 4% of whatever the product is, right? So there's no secret; it's out there. So what we've been teaching people to do are the product deals. And that's where the money is. The money's not necessarily from Amazon. The money is this microphone right here. This is a company that reached out to me and they've sent me hundreds of dollars. I mean, honestly, probably close to over $1,000 worth of product. And then they pay me every time I do a show specifically about their product. But they're available on Amazon. So guess what? Now I'm double and triple dipping because not only do I get free product to talk about, right? Woo! But I also do videos on my YouTube channel. Woo! But then I also get paid from them to talk about their product, and then I still get the commission from Amazon. And so it's that stacking, man. Like you got to get in there.
That's it. That's the creator economy. That's why, and yes, I cannot believe it. Chris just said it better than I could. There it is. The two Chris's. Chris, I got to get you on here too, Chris Stone. I got to get you on here too. I already sent the link to Jim, by the way, Chris. Follow up with me for when you guys can get on here. And by the way, am I saying it right? Is it Giles or Giles, Chris?
Oh, you're right, man. Giles.
Giles. Man, my man Giles is just dropping straight atomic bombs on your dome. Not only are you getting the affiliate revenue, which, by the way Amazon works, let's say they click on Chris's link, but they see a boat or a kayak, you get commission from that too, correct, Chris?
Oh, exactly.
So check this out, y'all. Not only is he getting sponsored, which, by the way, if I was a company and I had a microphone, some kind of lighting, audio, camera, etc., maybe even a monopod or a tripod, I don't know, or maybe even a boom mic, like, dude, I would pay Chris. I'd be like, Chris, man, I'll give you, even if it was just $100, because you'll probably talk about it anyway. Yeah. Man, please, I would love it if you could go live on Amazon and talk about how much you like this product. Then you also get the affiliate revenue. Then let's say they go and buy, a $6,000 kayak. I don't know how much kayaks are. But you feel me. Maybe they buy a Samsung 80-inch LED, right? HD, whatever, 8K TV too. Yeah. Holy macadamian nut. Yeah. That's the creator economy. I love that, Chris. I just love that. That's insane. Tasha says, boom, double, triple dipping, DK4K, affiliate marketing. By the way, all from 1 hour of work with 3 revenue streams. That's beautiful, Lewis. By the way, I've said this before, and I know you'll agree with me, Chris. You don't need the 4,000 hours of watch time. You don't need the 1,000 subscribers. You don't need the 10,000 followers on Facebook or what have you to start making money with affiliate marketing.
Exactly.
By the way, Chris, let me ask you this, just because I have you here, and there's no wrong answer here. Yes, this is what I wanted right here. Chris gave me the link to Chris's show. Everybody go check that out. Tech Talk with Chris.live. I love that. Lewis says gold-plated kayak. Hey, you know how I fly. I don't fly with that Walmart stuff, baby. But no, Chris, this is what I wanted to ask you. This is what I want to talk to you about. Thank you so much, Ahmad. Ahmad, thank you so much for becoming a member too. I really appreciate that, Ahmad. So Chris, this is what I want to talk to you about. There's affiliate marketing, there's products and services, there's e-commerce, there's coaching. You could sell courses, memberships, Patreon. There's licensing, maybe if you're a musician or anything, or even your image and your videos. There's so many different ways to do this, to skin this cat in the creator economy. Where does affiliate marketing rank for you? I'm just curious. There's no wrong answer, obviously.
Affiliate marketing
is in the top 2, 3.
I would say if I had to say anything, I'd put it at like number 4.
Interesting. Okay, why is that? What's number 1 through 3?
So honestly, the affiliate marketing was the Amazon Live. Like I fell into that piece, so I really didn't even chase that until that point. And so I mean, brand deals would be in the top 3. Actually doing live stream production podcast.
By the way, I agree with that. Brand deals is like the number 1 source of revenue for me.
Oh, bro, I love it.
By far.
Love it.
By far, yeah.
I'm trying to make that number 1. Really, is where I'm. Really
Actually, it will be, Chris. I guarantee you, as somebody who has a lot of experience with this, your brand deal revenue and sponsorship. Plus, if you ask any content creator who's been doing this as long as I have or longer, they will say that that's their number 1 slice of the pie. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. So this is something I just launched, honestly, in the past like 30 days or so. And I'm actually starting to represent micro and nano influencers on the brand deals. Wow. And so helping them, essentially putting them in a position where they create the content and then I do the management side and I go find brand deals for them. And
you're like a brand manager, like an agency.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to.
Hey man, Chris, think of me too, brother. Hey Chris, think of me too, man, because I'm always looking for more connections, partnerships. Hey, if you're like, you know what, I got a dude named Nez who will drop some fire on you. We can work something out, my friend.
Bro, somebody like you, man, you already got the audience, so you're making it easy.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I got a question here. Do you mind taking a couple questions, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
So my man Rich Graham on YouTube says, for Chris, what if the product is no good? Well, then why would you talk about the product if it was no good? So that would be my response.
Yeah, and so for me, what I do is when I tell people about the products, I don't, if I haven't used it already, I don't represent it like it's a great product. One of the things that I tell people, especially companies that I haven't worked with before, so I don't know if their product is great, is my first episode with their thing is me opening it and trying it live on air. And so, again, depending on how you are, for me, I'm real in the audience. I pulled out.
You have to be transparent. You have to be. Yeah.
They got upset because
they can smell that, can't they, Chris? Yeah. Yeah.
I was like live on air and I couldn't connect it, and they're like, well, that's really bad for us. And I was like, well, you should have made it easier to connect. I told you when I go live that first time, I'm not testing. I don't test it before. It's like literally still in the packaging. So I'm just like, hey, this is a live test. We're going to see if it's good together.
That's so transparent. I've had so many brands tell me you can't do that, dude. We'll pay you, but you have to test it first. And I'm like, sometimes I say yes, but sometimes my first inclination is, well, the whole thing is to give the audience that visceral experience.
Yep.
And so, man, that's so dope, Chris. I love the way you said that. We got a great question. And by the way, guys, let me know in the chat, because I don't think I've ever done a dedicated stream or video to brand deals and sponsorships. And I know Chris can just drop some fire. Maybe I'll have Chris Giles back on the show. But just really quickly, Chris, do you want to take this question from DK4K? What's a brand deal? Please explain how it works. I think Chris can probably explain it in 2 sentences. And then I don't want to go too in depth, because what I want to do, because I get a lot of requests for this, I'm going to do 2 dedicated videos or streams on all the different ways to make money with affiliate marketing and all the ways to, really handle and start getting brand deals and sponsorships. But Chris, just really quickly, do you mind answering DK4K's question on and by the way, the questionnaire form is still in the chat. Leave your question in there too. Chris is going to hang out for a few more minutes and then he's going to take off. But I'd love Chris to kind of give a quick 101 on brand deals.
Yeah, man. I mean, the simplest form of a brand deal is a company paying me to talk about their product. directly. And so that's not waiting for Amazon to give you an affiliate. That's this microphone company sends me a microphone and then sends me a PayPal money and goes, hey, we want you to talk about it live on air. Or, if you're doing a video later on YouTube, depending on, where you're actually doing content. So for me, it's always live. So, but that's the nitty gritty of it, getting a check directly from the company.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's there's so many different nuances to that, like learning. I'm sure Chris knows this too, understanding the terms and conditions. What does exclusivity mean? I think most brand partners are pretty professional, and they tend to treat creators pretty fairly, but there are a few that you got to be aware of. And there's also, I think, the nuances of negotiation too. Sometimes, if not most times, they want to lowball you and kind of say, well, we'll do it for this. Or the ever dreaded, I'm sure Chris has gotten this too, hey, we'll give you free exposure. No. Now, I don't mind doing a product review. Like if I believe in the product and it's free in exchange for a video, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. So I don't think that's a bad idea. Sometimes I think, you would have probably spent money on the product anyway. Like if Sony's going to give you the new EV10 to
send it.
like, yeah, that's $1,000 camera, right? Like if they're going to say, we'll give you this free in exchange for a video, I don't know if that's a bad deal. I think that's a good deal.
I think
so. That's $1,000 you save. Plus, if you do the video right, Chris? You can go on Amazon Live and you can do a dedicated YouTube video where it lives in perpetuity for eternity on the platform, and you constantly get affiliate sales. So that's not a bad idea too. I think I need to do, Chris, I'm going to have you come back on. I think I need to do an entire dedicated show to brand deals and affiliate marketing, because we talk about the creator economy all the time, and I can't think of anything more spectacular than those two items, as well as royalty income, getting AdSense money and royalty passive income. So fantastic, which there's no such thing as passive, but we'll get into that later. But DK4K, I hope that helps. Yo, Chris, I just want to say, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure having you here. I don't want to monopolize your time. I want you to go enjoy your Sunday, but I just want to say, man, I'm grateful that you are well. I'm grateful that you got over your illness, and I just appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here, dropping the bombs. I want to give you the floor before we leave. First of all, thank you on behalf of NES Nation. Thank you so much for being here. Secondly, tell people where they can find you, man. The floor is yours. Feel free to plug anything you want. I know Chris has this, but talk to me.
Yeah, man. Look, man, appreciate you honestly for bringing me back up, because I know show was last week, but I appreciate you, bro. That's it, man. If you want to see the Amazon lives, it's at techtalkwithchris.live. If you want to find me on the web, I'm Chris P. Giles, the number one, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So you can find me there. Reach out, DM me. Also, if you come check out on Facebook, the Amazon Live Creator Group, if you're interested specifically in Amazon Live. And so there's so much great content in there. And I think we're at about almost close to 900 people in that group that are brands themselves. It's not just creators, but it's mostly creators, but they're brands directly in that group as well. So come check that out, man.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you so much, man, for being here, brother. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And dude, we're definitely going to have you on again. How many people want to see Chris Giles back on the show? Give me a 1 in the chat. We're definitely going to have you back on the show, Chris, because you just you blew our minds today. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, brother?
Hey, bro. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Take care. Take care. See you, man. All right. Man, what an amazing. Look at all these ones. Everybody wants to see Chris come back. Look at all those ones. Yeah, baby. That is a Amazon Live Masterclass right there. And guys, I feel like a complete dodo head, because I could be live right now on Amazon with my influencer program. And to Chris Stone's point, somebody might want to buy whatever, right? I could have a carousel underneath my live stream. It's not that I necessarily have to be doing the QVC vibe or what have you. So, man, Chris P. Giles, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you, man. I know the NES Nation audience is super, super appreciative of you. And guys, this is it, the creator economy. There's just so many ways to do this, y'all. And I just want to encourage you to keep going. I just want to encourage you to keep creating. It's just going to get bigger. The creator economy is just going to get bigger. Advertisers, brands, companies, organizations, they finally realize that they're wasting millions of dollars on radio, print, and TV. I'm not saying that industry is going to go become obsolete, but what I'm saying is they're seeing a huge KPI and ROI on working with influencers, working with content creators who have a thriving, very targeted, amazing community and audience that trusts them. If you can really increase that engagement and develop that audience, you're bulletproof in this creator economy. And you can make serious money doing something you love. And here's the thing: it's not a gimmick. It's not a sort of a scheme or a trick. It's providing amazing value. It's a mutual value exchange. You're providing value to your audience. Your audience is getting so much help from you if you do it right. You're not promising them anything that is fantastical or not feasible or coconuts and yachts, as I like to say. I don't know if Tom Nash is still here, but all these online gurus promising millions of dollars if you buy their programs or whatever. With a lot of hard work, developing that audience, instilling that trust, you're helping brands sell products that will help your audience, you being the trusted person. It's a win-win for everything. There's a mutual value exchange. There's no gimmicks. There's no tactics. There's no strategies. Be human. Bring in more humanness to this digitalness. Be somebody who offers sublime help, support, and value, and do that consistently, and you're going to win. Who has some questions in the chat? Or actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to go to, let's see here. So we have a couple of questions. Oh, we never got to this, Chris. You know, I'm going to get to this question. If you're still here, Chris Giles, we never got to this, but Chris asked this a couple of weeks ago, I think. Chris asked me this question. I'm going to bring it up in the chat right here. I absolutely love this. Chris, we forgot to talk about this. So I'm going to leave this in the chat and I'm going to bring it up right here on screen. So this is what Chris asked me a couple of weeks ago, which I think was awesome. Chris says, I'm here, go for it. Yeah, so Chris asked me, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the NCAA allowing athletes to make money and how that will affect the creator economy. Will it flood the market or bring more awareness? I think that it actually is the best thing that could happen to the creator economy because it just proves without the creators, which, you know, that's who without the players, you don't have a $1 billion industry called the NCAA. Without the content creators, you don't have a platform called YouTube. You don't have a platform called Instagram. You don't have a platform called, take any user-generated content platform. That's why I always say these companies, brands, and organizations, they need you more than you need them. Are there other content creators out there? Of course there are. That's why we need to band together. I'm not saying unionize, but I'm saying basically we need to all be there together. I think I was talking to a great friend of ours, El Jefe, and you know, we were talking about somebody who was charging, I mean, abysmally low prices, which was hurting other content creators. And this individual had a very large audience. I don't know if El Jefe's in the chat, but if you are El Jefe watching, I hope I'm not divulging too much, but essentially it was a very big disparity amongst the value that channel could probably bring versus the value that actually what they were worth. And so it was basically hurting the marketplace for influencers and hurting the marketplace for getting brand deals. And so I think that monetizing athletes being able to monetize and take just a small slice of that $1 billion pie that these, these alumni, councils and presidents and athletic directors, athletic departments, ESPN, these TV networks are getting billions and billions of dollars a year, and these athletes are having to work at like Chipotle. Yeah, I think it's way overdue, actually, that these NCAA athletes be allowed to make some money because they're the reason that this whole program exists. They're the whole reason. And I actually think it'll do the opposite. of flooding the market, I think it's actually going to bring more power to the creators. The powers of be cannot treat the creator. You cannot treat the creator as a secondary thought. You cannot treat the creator as, you can't be dismissive anymore of the creator. And this is where Facebook really needs to wake the F up. I'm really pissed at Facebook. I mean, YouTube came out with super thanks. YouTube is paying creators in so many different ways. The AdSense model is beautiful. The recommendation system is beautiful. They've paid creators, I think the number was something like, here's the disparity between Facebook and YouTube. YouTube was paying creators $30 billion, and now Facebook announced we're going to pay creators $1 billion. That's a huge disparity. That's a 3,000%, 3,000,000% disparity, or what? I don't know the math. You do the math. You got to really treat these creators, you got to value them for what they're worth. We work our butts off to develop these audiences. We work our butts off to create the best content that we can that serves. So we should be compensated fairly for that. At least fairly. I'm not even saying overcompensated. I'm saying just fairly. Hey, great to see you, Levi. Levi in the house, living in Dallas, Texas. Good to see you. Yeah, Anthony, I just think it's I think it's a travesty that these athletes don't get anything. I don't see, it's a business. It's the worst business model. It's slave labor. Yeah, you could argue they're getting scholarships. Yeah, you could argue that they're getting an education. Yeah, that's fantastic. But there's all the pressures of performing, the pressures of doing interviews, being available to the press. The marketing teams at these universities are licensing their image and their likeness for money, and they're not getting at least a small piece of that. They have to work at Chipotle and Dairy Queen just to make ends meet? Give me a break. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And plus, education is becoming more and more exposed for what it is, which education is probably the number one business out there. It's maybe the number one scammer out there, I think. And this is a professor talking. So yeah, I love that question. We got a question from Item Felix Lighthouse, 9Jat TV. Please, by the way, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. Not leave them in the chat. Fill out that questionnaire form, please. Fill out that questionnaire form in the pinned comment, and I will get to your question. So we have a question from Item Felix. I hope I'm saying that right. From Lighthouse 9JATV, and their question is, how can someone grow in the creator economy? How can someone not grow in the creator economy is probably a better question. There's so many ways to grow in the creator economy. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you can do that can help people? What problems can you solve? Are you a real estate agent? Are you good at communications? Are you good at marketing? Are you good at cooking? Are you good at carpentry? Are you good at plumbing? Are you good at legal advice, financial advice? What are you good at? There's so many ways to monetize in the creator economy. Are you good at knitting? Are you good at fashion? Are you good at travel, lifestyle? You have a great personality. You're entertaining. There's so many ways to do it. And here's the essential. I'll just give you the basics on how you can grow in the creator economy. If you're here, I don't know if you're here, Lighthouse. The basics are this. Know your audience, know exactly what makes them tick, and super serve them. Smother them with value. Do that consistently, and you'll see how you're going to grow faster. You'll see how you're going to grow exponentially. You'll see the different ways in which you can monetize that in a very down-to-earth practical way, not in a coconuts and yachts way. But really, I think that one thing that I feel that most people make the mistake in the creator economy is they make it all about themselves, and they don't think about the viewer. They don't think about the customer. They don't think about the client. They don't think about their audience first. You need to have an audience-centric, people-centric mindset. make it all about them. When I click on your video, when I click on your blog, when I click on your website, I don't care about you. I need to get a problem solved. I need a t-shirt. I need advice on how to get a job. I need help with my live stream content. I need help finding a house. I need help with whatever it is. I have a flat tire. I need help with it. I don't care that you're Joe's Automotive. You've been doing it for 35 years. I might care later, but I need my problem solved immediately. And so I think too many people, and I made this mistake too when I first started. I thought it was like, well, I need to tell people who I am, and I need to make sure that they, that I hit everybody up. No. Focus, narrow down, be very specific, and make it all about them. Don't make it about you. You want to get a job? You can't make it about yourself in the interview. You have to make it, how can you solve that problem? I want you to think of it this way. The only reason anybody wants to click on your video, listen to this, this is good. The only reason anybody wants to click on your content, click on your website, buy, purchase, hire you, is because they have a headache. You need to be Excedrin. Let me say that again. The only reason, they have a headache, they have a problem. I need to hire somebody. I need to fix this, issue. I need to sell my house. I need to fix my toilet. I need to grow my business. I need to get a job. The only reason anybody wants to opt in to you is because they have a headache. You need to be Excedrin. If you can be Excedrin, you're going to win, period. If you follow that mindset and don't think that, because I think a lot of people think they're clicking on my video because I'm special, because I'm a special snowflake. You're not a special snowflake. I'm sorry, you're just not. Make it about them. I promise you're going to win. DK4K in the house says, by the way, have you guys smashed that like button? Make sure you smash that like button, please, and share this out. I would really, really appreciate it. Education is changing rapidly. I think online courses will take over. They already are. But yes, DK4K, absolutely, yes. I couldn't agree more. Chris says, grow by giving and doing the work it takes to be successful. Yes. Anthony says, they also expect to be an overnight success. Then when it's not, they give up. Yeah. If there's anything I can stress more than anything is it takes time to build these things. It takes a long time to build anything worth doing, anything good, anything that's going to give you the ability to take care of yourself and your family is going to take a long time. That's just how it is. It's going to take a long time, period. And so make sure that you think about that. I want to share something with you guys. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you're watching and listening to this, so I have created a new series on my channel. If you're a coach, a consultant, and you run a client services business, you're a real estate agent, you're any kind of services industry, a cleaning company, you're offering legal advice, you're offering financial advice, even if you're selling products, I've created a new series on my channel, youtube.com/Professor Nez. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to create a new playlist for that too. How to get clients on LinkedIn, how to get clients on social audio apps, how to get clients on YouTube. My latest installment in this series, so the series is how to get clients basically online, and my latest installment is how to get clients on TikTok. This video is going to be premiering. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me correct myself. How to get clients on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. It's basically a masterclass on how to get clients. And by the way, this works for even stories, any kind of vertical video. I truly believe vertical video is something that people need to pay attention to. TikTok is crushing the vertical video game. Their growth has been off the charts in the last few quarters. And so this is going to be the thumbnail of that video. I know you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I even asked, why was I even asking too? It's obvious which thumbnail I would pick. But I even asked you guys which thumbnail you like better, the top one or the bottom one. And I did polls on LinkedIn too. I did polls everywhere. And this thumbnail was resounding, the top thumbnail that everybody loved. This video is going to premiere Wednesday morning. at 7 a.m. Pacific time. That is 10 a.m. Eastern time. And so you might want to consider subscribing, hitting that bell notification. Or if you haven't already, make sure you become a NES Nation Insider. This is when you become a NES Nation Insider, it's completely free, by the way, 100% free to become a NES Nation Insider. You will get all the best help, information, content on planet Earth on how to earn more, grow faster, and stress less in this creator economy. So become a NES Nation Insider today. Go to professornez.com/insider and just fill out a really quick thing, and you will become a NES Nation Insider. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to share that email. I'll be sending the link to that. I'll be sending a link to that video when it premieres. I'm very respectful when I do emails. Some of you guys are insiders. You know, I don't blast you. I have some colleagues. They send an email like every day. I don't know how they don't get thrown in the spam pile. And so make sure that you become an insider, and I will share. Again, this video is going to be coming out. Here's the thumbnail. This video is going to be coming out on Wednesday. This Wednesday, that would be August. What is that? The 5th. So Wednesday the 5th at 7 a.m. right here on YouTube and at professionals.com/videos. But yeah, I would love for you guys to become an insider so you don't miss a thing. I want to thank you guys so much, Chris. Hey, thank you, DK4K. Chris says I'm still waiting for that neon tree. I feel you like. Well, guess what? Next week I'm definitely adding Amazon Live to the mix. Thank you so much, Chris. I really, really appreciate you. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys for watching. It really means the absolute world to me. If you have any questions that I haven't gotten to, you can still fill out that questionnaire form in the pinned comment, in the pinned chat. Even if you're listening to this on the podcast, watching the replay, you can still fill out that questionnaire form. It's first come, first serve. I will get to your question first thing on next week's show. As always, on behalf of the entire NES Nation family, I am Professor Nez, your ambassador to the creator economy, helping you to build more impact and income online through authentic messaging, through crafting a personal brand. And I really, really appreciate you guys. It means the absolute world to me that you guys are here, that you give me your time. I hope it was valuable. I will see you guys next Sunday. We go live every single week. So make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you become an insider. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll see you next time.